Now it started.
Okay.
Here we go. The Faith and Flow live stream
Facts.
for me.
Ah,
Good to be here. Week 17, a basic training, infantry basic training. Uh, I've been learning a lot. It's been real, real hectic, just nonstop training, training, training. A lot to adapt to. A lot of obviously like everything in life. It comes with its ups and its downs, but definitely got a lot more steps in the right direction going on than before, and that's all that matters. You gotta make sure that you remain focused on that foundation. As a spirit out here, right? Like Shorty, wifey, she has sent me this real good book that I really been enjoying. And in the book, it gave me a gem that I wasn't really aware of about like how to be more present. And it talks about in order to be the most present, like the like ultimate present, you want to make sure that you like what is it? The familiar past and the predictable future. You
predictable.
want to stay in between that. You don't want to get caught up in the familiar past, right? Like a lot of people do, getting older and older, just still caught up in things that they've been through, people that they've been through stuff with, disagreements that they had, whatever, like, or even certain what like decisions that they made that they wish that they probably did differently, whatever. And then you got the predictable future, right? Where it's like, oh, like I got to do this. Oh, I got to wake up tomorrow. I got to do that, and like I got this coworker that get on my nerves, and this, that, and the third. And then people literally living their whole life caught up in either both or one of them, and back and forth all day, every day. So I've been working on that a lot more, and
Yeah.
I've been feeling the shift in that. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk a little bit about that as well?
Yeah. It's it's interesting because you're the way our future becomes predictable is because we're always thinking about our past. So whatever you think about the most is what you're manifesting. So you're really just recreating the same loop over and over again by thinking about the past, which becomes your future. So nothing ever changes. And yeah, like that's that's like depression is being stuck in the past, and anxiety is constant worry about the future. And you're in both scenarios there's like a lot of fear. So being present is no fear. Being present is being aware, and that's like the difference. You are aware of what your past was. You're aware of not manifesting the same future, and you're choosing what to think. You're choosing what you want to call in, so you're not creating the same loop. You're breaking the cycle. And it's hard. It's
It
definitely
is.
hard because unfortunately, like the way the world is has taught us to be in that constant loop, and now we're so conditioned to thinking a certain way for years, so we're trying to break what our subconscious mind has been doing for years, especially as like a child even, and that's very hard to break. So
For
yeah,
sure.
it is tough, but
Hmm.
that's what like the mission is, apart from the mission of
Right.
war, like the mission is to break all of that. And
Right.
yeah, break the cycle. And that's it's hard. I'm struggling, I can't lie. you
Yeah,
know
yeah. It's hard. It's hard.
yeah.
Like because what's crazy is like the more you go through, the more like you got to work through. You know what I'm saying? So you know, then it makes you have a certain type of more resentment, which I felt myself going through. Like I would feel myself breaking these patterns, but then I would come right back and get trapped in them because now when I realized like all it takes to try to stay in that middle ground. I feel myself going, all right, predictable future. I'm here. All right, bet. And I feel myself shifting to the familiar path. And then how much work it takes to just stay in that middle ground. It'll make you feel a certain sort of resentment towards the people that are guilty of adding to the stuff that you yourself already got to work through, which is like insecurities,
Yeah.
doubts, or whatever the case that every human being got to work through, which is regular. Plus certain unnecessary situations that you've been through with this person and that person, and
Yeah.
certain, if your parents wasn't the best parents and things of that nature. And then now you got to fight resentment. Now you got to fight the the hunger for revenge, like how Tupac say, like, I ain't the killer, but don't push me. Revenge
Hmm.
is like the sweetest joy next to getting put, you know what I'm saying? Like that urge for like I just want to see that look on your face when I get my get back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fighting that, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta take it one day at a time. One day at a time. That's it.
The best
I'm happy to
revenge.
be here. I love all y'all and appreciate all y'all. I love my fans. I love my wife. She my inspiration. She my everything. Um, she I got a real special relationship with this woman. I mean, just even back to going all the way back to how we met, leading up to everything that we've gone through, leading up to this point. I'm honored, and every time she crosses my mind, when I don't get the chance to talk to her, I'm just thankful that I met somebody like her. Um, Somebody that had it in their heart to accept me at my lowest point in life. Especially in these times, like the way the world is with the females and stuff like that, and how a lot of us as men feel like if you're not in a certain position that you're not worthy of having a female in your life. And I was open about a lot of stuff while I was on YouTube, and she was watching me, and she still had it in her heart to be like, I see something in this man that I feel like, he got a lot of potential to be like a great, husband, a great father. And, she's just as much of a chosen one as I could ever be because she's seen that when it wasn't easy to see that. You know what I'm saying? Where even some of my own fans, as fellas, was like, "Yo, we fuck with you, but like, I ain't gonna lie, gang. Like, you kind of looking iffy up there." But you know what I'm saying? Not everybody, but like, and I don't take it personal because it was a lot of stuff I had going on this channel, and I'm just really trying to like take accountability for all that and do my best to clean a lot of that up and make this channel and push this channel in the right direction and be able to have all of that to look back on and show people, growth and make the people proud that, you know, is looking to make themselves proud. It's not about me. I'm just here, we vibing, but it's about you. It's about you that's watching this video. Stay focused on your own life. And I just hope to get on here and maybe you watching me, you get some downloads, you get some insight on some stuff, and you keep growing and flowing out here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of wifey. She got her channel going right now, so make sure y'all tune into that. When I get off this live, I'm gonna make sure I put the link to her channel in the description, so y'all look for that. Cause she about to do her thing. She about to be grinding on there. She real passionate about being a, you know, like I call myself Neo and all that. She real passionate about being a, Trinity, for the females and just in general, just being that voice and speaking on things in her own way, from her own perspective, and just bringing that motivation to the people that need it. She got the same fuel I got for that, where you just like you get these downloads and you're like, I bet let me try to put something together, and then maybe I get a couple comments of people that just really felt that and be like, oh, I needed that, because that's everything for people like us. You know what I'm saying? It's not even
Yeah.
really about the money for people like us. It's more about like those comments mean everything. Like even
Yeah,
if
for real.
you don't get the reply to the comment that maybe whatever, like just know the people like us that's everything to people like us. That's everything.
Yeah. Even just one is more than enough.
Mhm.
You almost
Word
made
up.
me cry.
So tell them a little bit about for me, like your channel, like where you've been at lately, like just um leading up to you getting back on YouTube, what it's like to be on there, like you know what I'm saying? Just,
Yeah.
give me a teacher, right?
Well, first of all, I'm really honored to be your wifey. I feel like I feel like, I don't know, something, my intuition, the universe really guided me towards you. And even when it was hard to see, the universe was just put it in my heart, and was just like, this is your person. And literally from the moment I saw your video, I just felt something towards you, and I was like, wow, like this person is someone special. And like you certainly proved that, and you literally changed my life. Like I can't, like, how many times I've written that in the letters I sent you. Like I sit and cry about that sometimes, just how I think about like where I could have been if I didn't meet you and where I am now. Like I'm literally so grateful for that. And
I love
yeah,
you.
like I love you more. Like I'm trying not to cry. Like I'm holding my tears back right now. But like this journey being away from you. Okay, wait, wait before I cry.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah.
It's real, that's what the people love about us and our channel and just our vibe and what we bring to the table on this internet stuff is that it's always gonna be real. It's not gonna be perfect, it's gonna be real. And that's what it's all about. It's an experience. People feel like they're getting real vibes from this and they appreciate you for that. And I appreciate you more than you would ever know. You know that.
If you're a man that knows the, that knows how to mold a woman to be her best self, like do that, because we need that. And like, I'm so happy to find a man that can do that for me. It's so corny. But yeah, I'm just like really, like, this army stuff is hard for me too. I know it's really him doing the hard work and him training and him, sacrificing everything for me. Like it's so crazy that like someone is willing to do so much for me, willing to take care of me the way he is. Like it's really inspiring. And sometimes I'm hard on myself to not be better, to not be the best support that I can for him, because that's all I can really give back to you, being your woman for real.
I can
And
butt in on that real quick. We gotta also remember that, it's not our duty, right? Like I chose to be where I'm at and I chose to make this sacrifice for us and our future family. Uh,
yeah,
it was my choice. So at the end of the day, you do the best you can. Like I tell you, all I want you to do is just, I want you to be very healthy mentally. I want you to take advantage of the fact that I'm doing my best to take care of you and build that foundation for us. That all you need to do is just focus on your spirituality and yourself, and that is what makes me happy. Not you trying to go out your way to be like, okay, he's going through this and he got a lot going. He's overwhelmed by the army. Let me just try to. I'm telling you, it may sound like cliche or like I'm trying to tell you, nah, like maybe because you're doing a bad job at it, I'm trying to push you away and say, you, nah, like don't do that because you probably suck at it or something. It's literally not that. It's that there is like nothing more that I'd rather you be focused on is yourself and just your own growth, your fitness, your yoga, which makes you have your cup full. Like the things that we talk about when we talk about just having a full cup is really all that matters, and it'll overflow on its own. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, like becoming mentally healthy is a journey of its own. I feel like that's a part of the spiritual awakening, is understanding how fucked up your mind really is, because of the things you've been through and all of that stuff. Like I'm sure you're going through the same thing in a different way because of how much you have to fight your mind to get through the training. You really have to,
Yeah.
all the demons, I'm sure, just pop up and tell you to
Yeah.
stop or tell you to give up. So like
And the
that,
drill sergeants, the way they
yeah,
are, with the
don't make
energy
it
that they
easy.
throw at you, you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole purpose. They want you to, be, you know, have tough skin and just be tough under stress and pressure. So even when you're doing something right, they're gonna be in your ear yelling at you at the top of their lungs. They're gonna talk crazy to you and shit like that. Okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's see, like, as your woman, I want to just like give you all the love that I can, because I know, like, as a man, that you need that, and especially you, because you haven't really received that. But then I forget sometimes that the best way to give that to you is to fill up my own cup, you know? I get so caught up in wanting to heal you and love you and make you whole and just give you everything that you've always desired that I forget to like focus on me and just remember that whatever my goal is with you starts with me. And that's with anyone, you know? So yeah, it's been hard, definitely, like trying to face myself without you. But I know like that's something that I need to conquer anyway. Just understanding how to heal myself without, like meeting you. And because you might not always be there, especially being in the army, you might not always be available to me, which is hard. But yeah, I feel like I've definitely gotten better. And I feel like whatever phase I'm going through right now is like the peak of how hard it's gonna get. And I'm gonna, it's gonna smooth out. And this is gonna be the hardest time right now in terms of like being away from you because, we're not like living together and stuff yet. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that, and I'm trying to stay positive and keep that in the forefront of my mind.
Really, like you were saying earlier, like it's really like it get difficult, but it's not because you and I both know from experience that space is healthy, but at the same time, when we got the army going on, where it's like I got a deployment coming up, for example, that we was just talking about. Like I just got word that I'm gonna be out there. It's looking like I'm gonna be out there in South Korea, so that's where for me, wow, like that is crazy. It is facts. That's what's crazy. It's like they just were like I'm about to
Like,
like I just finished basic. They sending me out there to train for a little bit and going right to South Korea to go get busy. Like you know what I'm
that
saying? Like or
like for real, think of yourself at 10 years old, 12 years old. Would you ever imagine you right now where you are? Like talking
I'm
about South
saying.
Korea, talking about
That's why it's
being an
crazy and
infantry soldier. Like, wow,
I'm
like
trying to make it look smooth right now, but trust me, it's not easy. It's like it's just I'm adapting to it. I ain't gonna lie. But it's funny. I coming straight from the hood, straight to the army, and then they
yeah.
about to send me to Fort Hood. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
Like
was
that's
laughing
literally the name of the fucking base I'm about to be at, Fort Hood. Like that's
yeah,
wild.
out of all places.
Yeah.
But there's also a Fort Bliss, right? I was like, if you get Fort Bliss, that would be cool because it's like bliss,
Well, that's
you know?
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Wow, so that's crazy. But it's beautiful information because I ain't gonna lie, I came here to get that experience at the end of the day. And it's at the end of the day, it's temporary. Like you and I both know, like I was trying to say earlier, but I lost my train of thought about how like through experience space is not a bad thing because you know how like when you just got time and you always can have your phone on you like how I used to, but then you just get in unnecessary like arguments, for example, just because we've been already talking for the past 7 hours, and then now at 7 hours and 2 minutes we arguing about some stupid shit. Like the fuck, like we was just cruising the whole time, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's just,
Probably because
uh,
we have to take space now and like go to bed. So it's like it's
uh,
crazy how many arguments me and him have gotten in just because like a trip is ending or like we have to say goodbye to each other. Like
yeah,
that's how you know like well two things. Like first of all, we people like us need love in our life and it's hard to let go of it because we've never had it, so
mm,
it's not like our arguments stem because we don't like each other. It's because we love each other so much that we don't want to leave each other and lose each other, that we create arguments.
yeah,
And creating a healthy mind now helps them like helps us have a better relationship because we can now communicate and express how much we love each other without it being like fuck, like you have to leave, like I don't know how to handle
right,
this.
right. That's a fact.
But maybe why don't you tell them about some of the like training stuff that you're doing, like some like things you're learning, because I'm sure they're curious about that.
Yeah, so what we've been doing this week, we've been doing urban ops, which is where like we learning how to like kick doors down and clear rooms as a squad, as like a 4-man
Mm.
squad. You learn how to clear hallways together with our M4s with the CCO on it, aka CCO is another word for a red dot. And we learn how to properly, go inside the room and make sure that you clear the corners, and then you got to come back up and clear the front and make sure that you in a certain position to where like your other battle buddy is able to, be behind you and re-clear the corner, but then be at an angle to the side of you or making sure they clearing what's in front of y'all. Like we learning more of that. We're gonna be out in the field for the next 2 weeks practicing a lot of urban operation stuff, like close quarters. It's gonna be, a certain point where like we're gonna be having to clear a certain room and it's gonna be drill sergeants in there waiting to fuck you up if you do it wrong. So like if I go in there and I'm not clearing that room in a certain way that the way that they teach us, then a drill sergeant is gonna crack you with a boxing glove.
Oh my God, really?
Or it's not confirmed yet, but it's looking like we probably gonna be doing like some sort of like team deathmatch type of stuff with like they gonna
Mm.
have like paintball, like some equivalent to paintball. Like it's like a non-lethal where like it hits you, but it's not a bullet. But you know what I'm saying? And they'll be able to like hit you. And if you know what you're doing, you should not really get hit for real because
Yeah,
the certain movements that they taught us how to get in there and how to get right to cover and concealment. Like
that's so cool. You
fact.
have to teach me some stuff because like
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
should like once we live together, we should get like those Nerf guns.
yeah.
We could play that. That's fun.
Or we just
Do
do
you?
like paintballing, laser
Yeah,
tagging, stuff like that.
paintball hurts. Paintball hurts,
Yeah, we
but
do. That's
it's
why
it's
that's
fun.
good. You don't want to get shot. Because a real bullet gonna hurt different.
That's
Real bullet gonna tear you up on the inside.
do you ever like face the drill sergeants?
No, but what?
Do you ever like are like a team of soldiers versus the drill sergeants? Do you guys ever do that?
Um, well, it's always like that, really, though, because we have to learn as like soldiers to come together because lives would be a lot harder if we not a unit and they see that and then we having like little beefs going
Mm,
on and little gossiping going on and people running to the drill sergeants for every little thing like, oh my god, this going on, oh my god, that's going on. It just makes our lives like a lot harder. It makes our lives like
yeah,
easier when we just come together as a unit, try to work things out as a unit without having to involve them in every single thing
yeah,
that's
yeah,
going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's pretty much.
yeah. You guys know my babe was PG.
Was I was PG for a
Twice.
minute. Fact. I was PG in Fort Jacksonville for like 3 weeks, and I was PG here for like over the weekend. But then I got fired because the females reported me. I don't know if y'all know about like EO sharp. That's like a thing going on in the army where like if they report you under like something along those lines, like you could potentially get your whole career fried. And there's been a lot of females where I'm at, like doing a lot of just fraternization, aka acting like dots, and sleeping around with people in my company and all that. And I made a comment about that during a company meeting that we had where I feel like because there was a female that was PG that was already known throughout the whole company and drill sergeant that she was fraternizing and she was PG at the same time when he was PG for the other platoon. And she was in that platoon, but she got moved to my platoon. And then now she but just all of a sudden became PG out of platoon. Everybody was like, what the hell? And You got females in my platoon crying like, oh, like how she did become PG? Like I want to try it. I feel like I deserve it. You know, whatever. Even though it don't even matter. What people need to be worried about is just becoming a sergeant and for me, like getting your rank up. If you worried about being a PG and basic training, your mind is in the wrong place. Like, come on, man. But I made a comment during a company meeting that we had, and I was like, because she had made a comment, and she was like, "Oh, I feel like nobody's really respecting me as a PG, da da da, da because whatever." And then I was like, so I raised my hand, but all the bros, they kind of looking at me when I raised my hand. They was looking at me like, "No, don't do it," because they know me. Like they call me the voice. Like I'm going to speak on it. Like so, when I raise my hand to say some shit, everybody looking at me like, "Uh oh." Like, uh oh, because they call me Tupac over here because that's like my code name. So like everybody call me Tupac. So they looking at me like, uh oh, Pac about to say something. Uh oh. Everybody just thought like they on their toes now. And I was like, I mean, it's not that. Where the hell she go? Let me re-invite my wife real quick. I think she just had a um. I think maybe her family calling her or something. Let me just send her an invite real quick. Hold on, and I'm gonna continue the story where I left off. Yeah, so I had raised my hand, made a comment, and I was like, nah, it's not that we don't respect you as a person or nothing like that. It's just more like you is known around the whole company for fraternizing. And of course, everybody was like, oh. And I'm like, bro, that was not my intention to do all that to make everybody start going crazy and all that. But I'm just like, I hate when the females just strictly want to think that we sexist or something like that. I'm like, nah, it's not that you a female or nothing like that. Even though it's definitely some unfair stuff going on between the males and the females, where it's like it's females that got waivers to become soldiers, even though they wasn't qualifying with they fucking M4s, where they tell you you got to shoot a 23 out of 40 in order to qualify. And if you don't qualify, you're gonna get recycled. And guess what? It's like 6, 7 females that did not qualify with they with they M4s and still somehow got a patch on their shoulder. And yeah, I was pissed off about that. I'm not even gonna hold you because some of my bros got recycled for the same reason that they got waivers. So it's not like I'm looking at the females like I'm being sexist or something, but it's like one of my bros, one of my close friends, had to go had to go 6 weeks all the way back in time because he didn't qualify. So why is it fair that they just gonna let her become a soldier? So I'm not gonna hold you. I had a real conversation with one of the drill sergeants about this. I'm like one of my bros just got sent home, right? Because he wasn't motivated enough, even though he had PT stud, he had great shape, and he qualified. He got a 35 out of 40 with iron sights, a 35 out of 40. So what do you mean, like, why y'all not trying to make the same excuses for him that y'all willing to make for these females? Like, what's going on with that? And he told me the straight up real answer. He was like, if you want to know the real, because some of the drill sergeants, if you really like talk to them, they'll tell you the real. They'll tell you the real. So one of my drills, he was like, we need females in the infantry. I was like, oh, that's what's going
Why
on.
though?
I
Because
don't
like to
know.
balance it, or
I mean, I guess maybe it's it make them look good as far as like just getting more funding or some shit, or
yeah.
maybe it's like a paperwork lane that they probably gonna have them in doing because
I don't know. I personally don't think like women belong in infantry out of all things because like we're emotional creatures. Like we're not meant to think logically. We're not meant to be killers. Like for a
you
woman
said
to
it. I ain't say it.
like for a
Uh-huh.
woman to be to tap into that, like you're literally becoming masculine. Whether you're pretty and putting on perfume and makeup, or you're still masculine. Like it doesn't. It's not in your nature. You can't ever succeed in something that's not your true nature. You know, like they can learn how to shoot a gun, they can learn how to do certain things, but it's not gonna be like the best soldiers would be masculine energy, in my opinion. You know, because they're naturally protectors. They're naturally meant to like do whatever it takes. but a woman's emotions will always be something that holds them back, and they're always gonna look for like help and
Like
assistance from the
exact.
males.
Let me make a comment on that, right? So we doing a 14-mile ruck,
Yeah,
right?
good story.
And I don't think I told you this whole story. We doing a 14-mile ruck, and obviously for those that don't know, we gotta have a big ass ruck backpack on that's like 60 to 80 pounds, and on top of that, we carrying the rifles that was assigned to us. So I Jules Artist did some funny shit, right? And in my platoon, at least, they assigned all of the females with the M249 and the M240, the 240 Bravo, right? Look them up. Them guns is fucking huge. And they gave he even warned us about it. He was laughing. He was like, "It's gonna be, you're not gonna like this." So they assigned the females the M249s and the 240 Bravos. So we on a rug march. Mind you, it's females that it was a few though that they held their guns the whole 14 miles. And I respect it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's what you came here for. Like,
Yeah,
it's something that
exactly.
even said, like, if I'm here, like, we gonna act like men because this is a man's job. I'm like, all right, see, you got the right mindset,
Yeah, exactly.
right? I mean, you don't have to act like a man, but I see where she trying to get at.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
be
yeah.
careful what I say because I got this uniform on, so just know. If you see me trying to edit what I'm saying, just know. So now we like 3, 4 miles in. This a girl that got an M249. She crying, eyes out, crying, 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 crying while we rucking. One of the bros is tired of hearing the crying. He takes the weapon. He like, all right, I got you. He immediately stops crying. So we all like, a little bit after that,
Whoa.
he gives it right back to her. He like, all right, I held it for a little while. I'll take it back. She starts crying again. We like, then it's another female. We finished the ruck. Mind you, she ain't even hold her weapon the whole ruck. One of the bros held it. I
Wow.
was just like, I got you. Don't worry about it. If it's hard for you, I got you. So we get back to the seats, the base, and all that. We upstairs, right? And usually it's us where we at as males. All the guns is where we sleep at. We got a bunch of M4s in our room where we sleep at. The M249s and the 240 Bravos all in our room, like 2 feet away from us, like 2 to 5 feet away from us.
Damn.
So the females be having to come in there and leave their weapons in there when we done with like certain tasks that involve our weapons. And she had an attitude with somebody because he wasn't moving fast enough for her to open up the weapon thing so she could put the weapon in there. And I almost flipped on it because I'm looking at it like, first of all, you did not even hold your weapon the whole run.
Mm,
And this man did you a favor by holding your weapon, on top of the fact that he had to hold his own M4.
that's crazy.
Second, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just stuff like that where it's like in my mind, I'll be thinking, you probably don't belong here, but I can't say stuff like that because then, oh,
Hmm.
I'm being sexist. But I feel like I'm making a valid point. Like, how dare you have an attitude towards somebody? He could have just let you struggle. It was a female that tried to carry her weight, and guess what happened to her? She tripped and fell on her finger and broke her finger.
Oh my God.
He could have let that been her since she wanted to have attitude, but he didn't. And he still was like, all right, she got attitude, it's cool. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna go open up the weapon lock or whatever. And I'm like, bro, you better than me, but
Yeah.
let her talk to me like that. She'd have probably heard my mouth, because that's crazy. Don't get nobody no attitude when we doing you a favor. Like we could let you, ruin your career and just not, oh, I can't ruck because it's too heavy. And then guess what? You're gonna have to probably get sent home or not because apparently the
They need
infantry need
female.
females. So I mean,
But you know what? That is the problem with females, and that's the whole point that I'm like, soldier or not, army or not, like that is the problem with females. Like they just think that they could act however, be however, and still expect, men to bow at their feet, which they still do. You know what I mean? Like everything is just wrong with everything. And I very much would have become a female like that if it wasn't for you. Like I have some sense, I have logic, I have a better understanding of things than certain females, or most females, I would think. So I don't think I would be completely like that, but I
trust me,
wouldn't
I wouldn't be
be.
with you if you didn't, because I don't have the patience for that shit.
No, for sure. but I wouldn't be as this high of a level right now if it wasn't for you as well, because you brought a lot of things to my awareness. The way I even see females and
Right.
males now, without you, I wouldn't have been able to have this perspective. Like, the world is fucked. The world is, sorry, can I swear?
It's
the
cool. Just
world,
try not to swear too much though.
yeah, the world is like just so far gone. And
Mm.
if you have the knowledge of, how a man is supposed to be and how a woman is supposed to be, then you are truly blessed, because
Sure.
yeah, nobody knows.
Hmm.
That's
So you
crazy.
want like so as far as like we get more to the meat of the bone and like what we know that people want to hear about like the relationship. Um, so what do you feel like is something that's been difficult for you to like deal with since like I'm over here? Like you know what I'm saying? Like is it more like I don't know like yeah like
Like,
I don't know like is it the space? Is it the potentiality that I might get deployed and maybe lose my life in combat? Is it all of that? Is it I don't know. Like I'm just saying shit.
yeah, I feel like the space is probably the hardest thing.
Well,
Funny enough, I don't really think about you dying at all. Like, that doesn't even
me
cross
either.
my mind. I don't worry about that. I literally just worry about not being able to hug you every day. Like, that's something that I literally just miss so much.
You don't worry
Um,
about like me cheating and nothing like that either, right?
I don't even, yeah, I don't worry about
I
that
don't even
because
think about that either because I know it's motherfuckers thinking like, bro, I don't worry about that shit at all. Like I don't know. I don't mean to come off cocky and nothing, but like I just don't. Like when you know your woman the way I do because of the way I know how to like the way we know how to build a foundation and build a relationship, you get to a point where like the trust is not something that you like try to gotta put yourself in like nah let me not think
yeah,
like that. Like I don't even because we just that connected, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
we
for
didn't
sure.
we didn't connect it like that on that level where it's like that don't cross my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, I feel like we both have a certain level of self confidence. We know who we are to the point where we know what we can offer, and we know that it's not just easy to find in somebody else. And
Right.
you've told me enough stories about how the women are there. Even if you were tempted, I know that doesn't even reach like the lowest standard of what So
Yeah, like
I'm not,
for those
yeah,
it's
like
Barry's
I'm,
bunnies and all that stuff, but it's females that go against the codes and I've heard a lot of different stories from a lot of different people about how some people that, you know, is having a fun out here with some of these females in uniform, you know what I'm saying? Like it's happening
so crazy.
very much more than you would think. Like it's really not too much different than a civilian world, you know what I'm saying? It's really not. You would think it is, but it's not. Some of the stories I've been hearing from the bros and all that, it's like, what? Like she really did that? Like she did that there? Like, yeah,
Yeah, that's just
yeah,
crazy. That's just
for
crazy.
real.
Yeah,
And I'm
I've
not into like females like that because like that's just me. I'm the type of person when it comes to females more like if I see that you don't know how to tell the difference between somebody that's a real solid dude and somebody that's not, and you just be like jumping around and you can't tell the difference between who is who, like spiritually, energetically, or just even street smarts wise.
yeah,
I would never had an urge to want to do anything with you because you just a doodoo head to me. Like
yeah. You don't understand life,
word, like
you know.
I could never, I could
Yeah,
never.
and that's how I feel.
I like females that respect their body enough to be like I'm only gonna let somebody indulge in these certain things and even consider this person in these certain aspects of relationships or whatever because they respect themselves enough to have like standards and know what they
Yeah,
want and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
exactly. It's not just because you have urges and you want to be satisfied. Like, that's not your
yeah,
your point, or you're like
fact,
alone. Like,
fact.
you want company. Like, it's so much, like, you understand that. That's something that very much appreciate about you. Like you're not just a man in lust. You're not just a man looking to, like, you have discipline, and you know that's something a lot of men lack. Even if you don't have the perfect discipline, because nobody is perfect, you still have the desire to want to conquer yourself and master yourself and
Yeah.
be, you know, not a man of your lust. Like, who do you know that is a man that, you know, cares to not want their lust to control them? They don't care. They don't, they like it. They like indulging in their lust because, you know, they feel good about it. They feel, it makes them feel good. But for a
Right.
man to be like, okay, I don't want instant gratification. I'd rather be, you know, in control of myself, this and that, like it's very rare to find. And I have yet to meet anybody else on the path as you, but you know, we obviously have a special connection because of the things we've been through. So nobody could ever take your spot. Nobody could ever even trick me out of, you know, oh, your man's in the army, like you don't even get to talk to him. Like, you know, that's just so dumb to me. Like, you know,
Right. Like, okay,
yeah,
we don't get to talk, but guess what? I could choose whatever house I want for us to live in. We could live in a
exactly,
4 bedroom, 2 floor crib.
exactly,
So yeah, we might have to sacrifice some time. Might not be able to talk every day about what. Like, first of all, you don't even need to
exactly.
talk to somebody every single day anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to, it's nice to hear a female voice that love you and all that every single day. And I'm learning to appreciate stuff like that more being here. But like for that to be something that's like a something that a female one, because I don't get to know what you're doing and hit and talk to you. It's like, all right, like
Yeah,
that's not valid enough. Like
yeah,
if somebody got to go take some space and be away for a minute to go collect some funds and all that, that's solid to me. And if other
yeah.
people don't see that, that's crazy.
How else is your man supposed to provide for you and
Uh,
protect you and give you
facts,
all the things that you want? Like,
facts. And first of all, we all know how people is anyway. Like when you talking to somebody all the time, you gonna end up getting bored, especially if they're a basic individual with a basic mindset,
yeah,
which is what most people is. Like so, it just it be jealousy. I'm gonna say that right now. Like when females like to use that as it's just like like they thinking that, or even if they not thinking that, like it's just like you got something to brag about. Like
yeah,
I got a man in the army. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that probably make them feel away. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
for sure.
like my
100%.
man's just regular. Or he work at fucking Marshalls or some shit. Or he work at fucking the supermarket
Yeah,
as in doing stock overnight somewhere like a Bed Bath and Beyond or something. You know what I'm saying? And the money could be good and all that, but it's like the
it's not
benefits that come with
honorable,
this is,
you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
that too. Word. And I'm having to really be locked in, like because I don't, and I'm getting that dopamine detox away from this fucking phone, which is not good for you to be around every single day, all day.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's two two two. I feel like that is something as like women are definitely jealous, but I feel like women are also jealous of the fact that I have the self control and discipline to be loyal and be in a long distance relationship.
super.
And
Yeah,
yeah, oh sorry.
Jones here. I'm gonna have to check with him where he at. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and check in with him. For Jackson. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fact. That's my bro. That's my bro. What week y'all in? But I'm gonna have to go check in with him. Yeah, say that. I bet. You told this now. Yeah, he's telling me about one of my bros. Me, I haven't spoke to in a minute. We was back at um a different fucking army base doing the ASVAB program, and he ended up not passing the ASVAB when I did. So he had to do another 3 weeks, and that's when I got shipped off um to come straight to basic training. And he ended up choosing infantry, and we both at the same base right now. We both we got a
Okay.
little pass right now. We got a little pass for the day. we don't get a lot of this, in the army. We don't get a lot of time away. We just always got to be around these drills, and they always, for me, down our throat and all that all day. And we got to be around each other all day. We never get no time to like just collect ourselves by ourselves for a little minute. So it feels nice to be able to do this. It feels nice to be able to, get back in like, old little habits, like checking in on my YouTube channel, saying what's up, talking to wifey, telling her how much I love her, just hearing her voice, hearing I got somebody on the outside world that was really solid with me and all that, that I could really trust. I don't got a lot of that in the outside world because a lot of people were funny. A lot of people were showing their true colors when I was going through certain things, like being homeless and all that. So it just feel good to just talk to somebody that I know was really putting on and fighting for me and making me feel loved and appreciated even before I had what I had. So this the only like as far as like wifey wise, like she gonna reap everything that come with this because this is she inspired me to make this move. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing the Uber Eats and all that, and then just like talking to my girl every day, and just like that's the thing that I try to tell my other fellas in the army that talk about, oh, I don't want no girl, I want to be single, da 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 da. I be trying to more so tell them like having a female around you is a beautiful thing because what I feel like a lot of y'all single brothers be trying to run away from is accountability. Having a female
Mm,
around you every day where you got to check in with her every day. Oh, how you doing today? What you was doing today? Or was you at work? Or was you just sitting around all day? Or just even how cutthroat, how we all know female nature could be, where it's like if you just a clown, if you lying to yourself to get by, eventually it's gonna catch up with you, and your girl's gonna switch sides on you. You know what I'm saying? Or she could love the shit out you for 2 years straight, and then all it takes for you to do is just to get out of alignment and for me, like, and out of nowhere, she just maybe just don't. She just wake up one day and just don't feel the same way she felt for you, and even she won't really know what it is. Like,
mm,
but that's the type of accountability I like to have around me.
that, me
It's
too, though.
accountability. It's a beautiful kind of accountability to have, and I feel like a lot of people are afraid of that, and that's why a lot of fellas are like to say, "Oh, the single life is better because I don't trust these females," and da 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 da. When it's more like, stop the cap.
Yeah,
We all know, and if you don't know, you attract what you believe. So if you feel like all women are the same, then you will never find nothing different. Everything will be the same. Everything will feel the same. So you just keep on creating your own reality, and this is your life. Like that's something that also been helping me, like in making my skin tougher. Like when people like the drill started trying to fuck with me mentally, or anybody nowadays, like even YouTube when they were trying to fuck with me mentally, it's more like, all right, like feel how you want to feel. You are not tapped into the same knowledge that I have because you're not humble enough to retain and maybe learn from people like me or whatever, because you may think and see whatever you want to see. That's cool. So you go ahead and just throw mad monkey wrenches in your way, and you gonna fuck yourself up. I don't care.
exactly.
So you just do you, and I just separate myself. I'm not about to give you my energy. It is what it is. Just like the female that wanted to try to EO me because she felt the way about me making that comment about her being fraternizing. And she came downstairs with her PG badge after that meeting, crying, talking about I don't want to be PG no more. But then when I become PG, they trying to
Yeah,
rat on me about lies and telling lies on me that I'm sexist and this and the third. And then now I got the drill sergeants coming up to me after me when I got the head of platoon lit. Everybody was screaming, mad, motivated. And then I'm reading my book that wifey sent me, becoming supernatural. I'm putting people on gems with that. And then I gotta have a drill sergeant come up to me like, oh, you you can't be PG no more because you under investigation. And we can't have nobody that's under investigation as PG. And I'm just like,
haters.
and then I get to talking to the lieutenant and all that, and the lieutenant gonna go and tell me, yeah, the reason why you under investigation is because you said something to a female that made her feel uncomfortable and da da da. I'm just like, wow, you really want to be that petty and go that far? And then guess what? I came out that office had like 6, 7 people. I would have my back, speaking on the situation, speaking on me and how much they love me. And I got even more people that tell me, yo, if you need me, I got you. Every time I turn around, it's like, yo, if you need me, I got you. I'll speak up for you. I'll speak up for you. Then it was when it was her turn to go in the office. She come out the office crying. She moping around all day. But guess what? When I had to walk up to the drill sergeant and ask him, like, oh, like, why I'm not PG no more? Like, why you just? Because what happened was I woke up in the morning with my book, right? I'm PG, so I'm in the front, and I got the book in my hand that wifey sent me. I'm about to read off a page of the book that I feel like is gonna give people like insight on some shit. And then I'm like, yeah, so check this out. I just want to read off some, and I just want y'all to just say it to yourselves in your mind. And as I'm about to say it, the drill sergeant's like, all right, you go ahead and go do that from the back because you're not PG no more. And then he makes a female the PG. And he just took my badge away from me. It was kind of embarrassing. I'm like, damn. And everybody was like, like people. I was motivating everybody. Like I was putting people on this like spiritual. People was like, they was fucking with it for me. I had a sounding off with one of the mottos, because we the punishers. So I had 2 mottos. We would like do a personnel count where everybody would count off. Once it got to like last person was like number 50 something or whatever. They say last soldier PG, last soldier, and everybody's last soldier PG, last soldier. And I say on your feet. And then they would either say hustle and motivate, or they would say punish the enemy. They was loving that. They was screaming, whatever, shit like that.
Gave me
And then
goosebumps.
that happened. Or so, and when then I went to this pool. After that, went spoke to the drill. I'm like, yo, like what happened? Like, well, I'm not PG no more. Like what was that about this morning? He like, oh, you under investigation. And then I'm just like, what?
That's
And then I
so
turn around, guess, and then check this out though. I turn my head, Shorty over there with her friend seen me talking to the drill sergeant about that. She started laughing because she seen my reaction. And I'm like, what? Then I turn around, she the first person I seen. I wasn't even looking for no nothing. I just looked to the side to see what was in my environment. Like I'm just looking around. First person I see is her. She's looking at me, and she tried to act like she was looking at me. She started laughing with her friend. And guess what? I was chilling. I was like, all right, that's cool. You want to be that petty because and that's what everybody's saying. Like, yo, they just hating on you, bro. You called them out on their bullshit, and they just
yeah,
mad.
exactly.
They just mad, bro. They trying to Andrew Tate me on. that's
Nah,
that's
facts.
uh,
So
that's
crazy. Well, karma is gonna get them. You don't even have to do
that's a fact.
nothing. You don't have to do
Nope.
nothing at all. But you know,
I
you
got 50 people on standby right now to speak up for me.
exactly. Like I
Who
know
knows?
when you were PG, people woke up excited to like do
They
what they need to
did.
do. But I'm sure
Had
they don't
people
feel that
laughing their ass
pressure.
off sometimes, just
Yeah.
saying certain funny shit. I just be walking back and forth. I'd be like, you see this uniform we got on? The enemy will shit their pants if they seen us. And I'm just, what I'm saying, just trying to, give some good vibes. Because, the morale don't be the best because we don't get a lot of privileges. We don't get treated like soldiers a lot because we thought coming in the AIT section of the fucking training, we got the first 10 weeks of basic training where you're not going to be treated like a soldier until you become one, which is after basic. Then we got 12 weeks of AIT. Every single other AIT and every MOS in the army, you in a barracks where you got your own room, own kitchen, have a P5, your phone every day. Only infantry is still the same setup as basic training is. You don't get your phone. You still got to be in a barracks with 50 other men sharing showers and all that.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that they still not trying to give us no more phone privileges. They're not trying to give us free time to just like re-gab ourselves, get a little break for the weekend. They be
Yeah.
acting like that's the worst thing in the world. They're like, nah. I'm like, why y'all want to pass for? And I'm just like, bro,
What?
you know what I'm saying? Like, so we be frustrated already. So like, I was looking to just, pull up as the PG, but like, all right, but I'm about to just have everybody motivated, get some good vibes, talk some gems and stuff like that. And I was doing that for me. And mind you, I'm talking to one of the bros, right? He like, I'm like, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Talking about spirituality. He like, oh yeah. He like, I watched SR No Fab Concert this and third. he telling me about people that we know of, Dante Young, Gabe, whatever.
Mm.
Then I'm like, then he like, yeah, he like, you said you from over there in Brooklyn, right? Like Bronx, something like New York. He like, yeah, it's this dude that I feel like you would like. His name is Lone Wolf. He call himself Lone Wolf.
You know
I'm
Lolo?
looking at him.
That's crazy.
I'm looking at him, and I'm like, bro. I'm like, you know that's me, right? And he like,
Wow. Nah, that's no coincidence. Like that's so crazy. Holy.
he gave me the biggest eyeballs I ever seen. That man, he was like, wait, he was like, hold on. He was like, wait a minute. He was like, he had a moment of clarity. Then he goes and he looks, he like, wait a minute. What was your other name before that? I was like, Coach Davis. He was like, yo. He was like, yo, I've been watching you for 3 years. I'm like,
That's
what the fuck?
crazy. That is so fucking
He was like, how the
crazy.
hell we end up in basic training together?
Yeah,
What the
literally.
fuck?
Wow. Wow.
We in the same platoon and all that. That's my God. Like, that's my God. That's
That's a full
wild.
circle moment right there, you know? Super
Hell
full
yeah.
circle moment. That's
That
so
shit crazy.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, I talked enough about me and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to Texas, and
Um,
I'm really looking forward to just, solidify this marriage paperwork so we can make this
facts.
official.
So
And
excited.
I'm
I'm
saying,
going to.
and just, living in a nice crib, like,
Yeah, I'm so
didn't even think
excited.
about that. It's crazy.
Like, for real. It seems surreal. Like, you know, when we were on the trip together and we were talking about how, like, even this feels surreal just to be with each other. I don't
Yeah.
even know how surreal it's gonna feel once we're married, once we have our own house, like once we're actually doing this shit together.
And
Like,
I'm
wow.
so proud of you too, because like you've been doing your thing in the gym, and oh my God, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm proud of you for that.
You know,
For
you're
me,
motivating me for sure. Because I know
yeah,
you're gonna come back, you know, with
for
your body
sure.
all nice and all that too.
Well,
So
I wish we worked out a lot more, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm on a different type of time. It's like y'all know, like I was doing my jogging and shit like that, doing the miles and shit, but we had to do an infantry assessment run. Was like you got to do 3 miles in less than 27 minutes. But because of me being competitive along with my other bros and all that, we trying to see who gonna be done first. Because it's not even nothing we had to say. It's just like we was running to our best of ability, and we was gonna see who finished first. So I pretty much did, and I finished at 17 minutes and 50 seconds running 3 miles. We had to run 1.5, and then we had to get like a popsicle stick from a drill sergeant a mile, 1.5 miles away to confirm on the comeback when we do the other 1.5 coming back
mm,
to show them when we get there, like, all right, we did the 1.5, we got the popsicle stick, and boom, so we did 3 miles and we not cheating. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? And finished that in 17 minutes and 50 seconds.
That's
And
fucking insane. Oh my God.
I
17 minutes,
literally
3 miles.
the person behind me was so far. Like the person behind me, he finished at 18 minutes and 30 something seconds. So if you think about that in running time, that is far. Like I was so far ahead of everybody, it was crazy. It was
I don't
far.
know.
Like
You're a runner. You're a runner. You're a
yeah,
runner for sure. I've always wanted to
I
do
love
that.
that shit.
That's
I love
crazy.
that
That's
shit.
good though. That's good. That's
I
something
love,
you
I love like David Goggins is the reason why I'm into that. I'm
yeah.
not even gonna lie. Like I would have never been into that if it wasn't for David Goggins. Like never. Like seeing him being so into that, seeing like how motivated he is to do that, like run them ultra marathons and all. I'm like, I want to do that one day.
Yeah, like
That's
he runs
exactly what I'm
marathons
gonna
for
do.
like 2, 3 days straight. Like he's just running. I don't know how he does it. I want you to
Yeah,
keep that habit though. Like when we're living together and stuff, like wake up early, go for runs. Because I feel
that's
like
a
that
fact.
really helps you. That
It
really
do.
like is your thing for sure. Like the way
It do.
yoga is my thing, running is your thing, 100%. Yeah.
Nah, for real. well, really, yeah, calisthenics and just like conditioning, like condition type of training. I love that. I love that. I ain't gonna lie. 'Cause it's important, you know. I feel like if
Mm.
you could like do something like an ultra marathon or you running regular 26-mile marathons, like doing something like walking around or having to walk into a building and clear a building, like you're gonna do it so easily because you done ran 26 miles or you done did 120 miles. So little small tasks, it make it so much more easier. That's why I like to go above and beyond and do stuff because it makes me even more sharper in little small little tasks. I'm way more mentally sharp in those tasks that obviously mean stuff. Just because you don't gotta run 120 miles don't mean like there's not other aspects of life where you could be in one room in one spot and just gotta focus. It's still important, but I'm looking for way more brain clarity in those moments. That's why I
Yeah.
love, just you gotta have a lot more oxygen in your body. You get a lot more oxygen in
Mm.
your body, a lot more oxygen in your blood, oxygen in your brain, better brain clarity. I love that. Uh,
I love you.
I love you too. Know that. Fact. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe you're in the army. I still can't believe it's been 5 months, but I still can't believe it. It's still like, wow. Life is just changing. Once you're aligned and once you know what you want, and once you start chasing it, like just be prepared because life is like you got to be ready for what you're calling on because it's gonna come fast and there's no going back. Like you're in this now.
Right.
But it's good. It's good. Change is always a good thing, but change will always come with challenges. And yeah, you have like that's life. Change is life.
Absolutely.
Flowing with the ups and downs. Nothing is gonna be perfect. I think that's my biggest lesson that I've learned being by myself in the world without you is just understanding the world will never be perfect and you know, it's not realistic to expect perfection from anything or even yourself. And all you can expect and the best way to tackle life is just to be certain that nothing is certain, just to be certain that things will go up and down and that's the only way. Yeah.
Definitely, being away from you make me appreciate the little things in our relationship that I probably wasn't conscious enough to appreciate because of just, the dopamine detox that I'm going through being here, the more mental clarity I have being here. I appreciate all of the little things, all of the little things. And I know that you're going through that as well, not being able to even hear my voice at all, my voice at
Mm,
all, no sort of contact at all. But
it's
you wrote
crazy.
me a lot of letters. You supported me in ways that you don't even know. Just you being around. I'm big on love. I mean, loyalty over love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you have been doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters to me. That is one of the best feelings in the world. Is to just have somebody in your corner, just with that utmost respect, to just keep that loyalty
Of course.
and respect themselves and respect the relationship,
Yeah.
and just keep on focus on building it. Trust the process. And you've been doing that even before I was here, when I was waking up in a fucking homeless shelter every day. That's why I could never doubt you because how stupid would that be? How much
Mm.
sense would that make? Even for you idiots that I see want to make lame ass comments about certain shit. It's like, how dumb could you be if she was already holding shit down when I ain't absent? How dumb would it for her to be if I can't talk to her for a little while and I'm on a mission or some shit? You know what I'm saying? I gotta kill a couple motherfuckers or I just gotta be training or whatever. How stupid would that be to want to leave at that
Yeah.
point if when you already so you pretty much wasted all that time when you was with
Exactly.
me while I was homeless. What the fuck is the point? That literally that's why it's like people just don't be making no sense. That's why
Literally.
I don't even indulge. The stuff that people be trying to make sense in their mind baffles me. Like,
No facts. If
but
I were to
it's
visit,
but really what it is like they admire it. It's more like an
yeah,
admiration thing. It's like I admire what they got going on, and it make me feel insecure, make me wish I had something like that. And they get a funny feeling in the bottom of their stomach, and then they get jealous, and then they just want to try to tear it down because they're trying to make themselves feel better. Like when really we just trying to show y'all that real love is
It's
possible,
real.
shit
It's
like that. You just, relationships that don't be perfect, but y'all can still work through stuff and just, grow together. 'Cause that's what it's
real.
about. You're never gonna have a fine down perfect in this world. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say like if I were to break loyalty now or to leave now, that just goes to show that the only reason I was in this relationship was to not feel alone. Because I lacked something and I was using you to fill whatever was within me. And that's not real love. And this could have never worked because my love for you was not real. So
But
yeah, if you're with a woman and somebody just randomly
yo,
chooses
you good?
to just get up to up and leave, you just that's all confirmation you need to know that shit was not real. Simple.
Yeah.
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 Do you
Like
have anything else you want to say?
I was thinking for me, I was wondering if you had something else you want to say. Um, Cause you about to go from the Canada lifestyle. I'm about to have you out here in America. You're gonna be a citizen out here.
I know.
And
I
now,
see.
like, how does it feel to like really just like you gonna be like really just like in our crib, and we really gonna just be building that life? Like, how does that feel? Like to have that to
I
look forward
can't
to. Like, I know
tell
at
you
times,
how excited I am. Like I can't
you
tell you.
know,
Like I had to
I
cut you off. That's how excited I am. Like I just literally, I. That's why like I was crying this morning because like I just want it already. Like I just
I do
want. I
too.
just I just want it already. I'm done being around people who don't get me, who don't understand my lifestyle, who don't understand spirituality and what we're trying to do. I'm just sick and tired of being like my room in this home is the only place I feel safe. I want to have a kitchen, a living room, the backyard that's ours, that is filled with our love. Like, you know how amazing that's gonna feel, where we can have children and we can teach them spirituality and be a whole little community of our own
What
that we
you
can
know
just
about love?
like
I
I'm
got what
so
you need.
excited. I'm so excited. But it's so funny because I used to talk so much shit about America and now I'm gonna be living there. Like but honestly,
And the
I,
toughest
I'm
part for me is like I think for you, you can relate to this. Is like seeing me just like shift and develop, and seeing you doing that too, just with your beauty, with your body in the gym, and with your mentality, just adapting to everything, and just showing me your true colors, just holding it down in a situation. I'm way more attracted to you than I ever was, and it grows more and more. And that's where like the anxiety would come in, and I got to fight from like going back to what we talked about from what I learned in that book, becoming supernatural, which I advise every single person that claims to be spiritual to have. Like that is the spiritual Bible right there. If you claim to be spiritual, you need that book, and if you don't
yeah.
have that book, you literally don't make no sense. Like that's my way. I'm gonna promote that book. If you spiritual, you don't have that book, you don't make no sense.
Yeah.
You
For
know what
real.
I'm saying? And it goes back to like like that predictable future where it's like, I got that to look forward to, and then like where we could also at times when I realize it become burdens, I guess you could say, where it's just like like I'm trying to focus, but it's like I got that to look forward to, and you know what I'm saying? It gets tough, but we vibing.
Oh yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm gonna have to get off here soon because my phone is getting cooked. I just
Okay.
want to, get on here, vibe out a little bit. Like this is a little random live, and it wasn't perfect, like
Yeah, no, it's
we
good.
ain't have like a million topics to really talk about. We was just chopping it up, flowing and all that. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all want more of this and y'all want us to be more prepared, we get back on here. Just go fuck with her channel, go drop some,
Facts.
future questions that y'all would have for like a future Faith and Flow live stream that we gonna do in the future.
Mhm. Or
Um,
any videos that
yeah.
you want to see on my channel, like I'm down.
Word.
Anything.
That's a fact. We definitely gonna be doing more of these. I know y'all remember the last one that we did was crazy.
You know?
and that will never be seen on YouTube ever again. If you know, you know. And I
We
am
came a long
so sorry
way.
for that. Word, we came a long way from that. Uh, I was being a fool on there. Like that was crazy, but that just go to show, man. Like for those that don't know what I'm talking about, we did a live stream together back when I was homeless, and just long
We were
story
just
short,
talking shit.
we was on there screaming at the top of our lungs for fucking 5 hours straight, and it was like 200 people in there, just soaking it all up. To now, like we vibing and we on live stream, and it's only been like most like 30 people in here just vibing. Cause you know how people is on the internet. Like
Yeah.
it's a dopamine rush. Like it is like this vibe is like probably too chill for some people. So it's like they're not getting that dopamine that they was looking for
Yeah,
or
facts.
whatever. So it's more like a, like that's why I be trying to tell Shorty with like if she feel like maybe you don't get enough like recognition on her channel or like anybody that got channels and you feel like what you doing, you solid and you really got some shit to say, some shit to talk
Yeah.
about. People not really tuning to how you want them to. It's more like a if you not it's not true, it's dumb. Like these
Yeah.
these these dopamine zombies, like they just dopamine zombies. Just picture everybody that's not woke and that's not tapped in and like if you can't read a book like Becoming Supernatural and you're not understanding what that book is talking about, you're a walking zombie, a walking dopamine zombie. And you pretty much looking for something that's going to trigger that dopamine, and everybody dopamine receptors is fried on different levels. Like some people medium red dopamine receptors, some people got well done, overcooked, burnt, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just keep that in mind, baby, when you're doing your thing. It's not you, it's them. And anybody that want to be a content creator, including myself, these people's brains is fried and they dopamine is,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, we
think
got a couple channel coming soon. You know
we
what I'm
do.
saying? Cause Shorty, she know how to edit and all that. Shorty a little Patty, she know how to do it. She know how to do it all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna holler at y'all with that. You got anything you want to say before we, you know what I'm saying? Before we get about it?
Nothing much. Just, look for love. Everybody open your heart and put out love
Open
into the
your heart.
world because the world needs it. It really, really needs it badly.
Get out your
And
feelings and open your heart.
yeah, exactly. Like try actively to feel love in your heart. Think about your mother, think about your brother, think about somebody that you love and just put them in your heart and use that as a way to open your heart until you can find that love for yourself and you can find that love for the world. And I promise you that frequency, that little frequency you're putting out is gonna make a difference. And I'm doing that over here, he's doing that over there, and if we can get as many people to do that, we can change the world like that. And yeah, we need that, but stay focused and thanks for supporting us and staying on
Appreciate
our
you.
journey. And yeah, like
We
there's
care
gonna be
about y'all all, and we motivated to put out them gems for y'all always. Yeah,
and yeah, I love you, baby. You're the
appreciate you.
best.
Appreciate you,
So
baby.
yeah. That's it. So yeah, I think this live was good. I'm happy with it.
All right, bet. Peace, y'all.